Right everyone, welcome. Ryan here from the London Craftsman channel. How are you? Right, today's video is all about how to install a cabinet hinge. Other names for them are Euro hinges or concealed hinges. I call them concealed hinges. You've got three main types. You've got a full overlay where the door will sit over the carcass. You've got a half overlay where the door will sit half over the carcass, so two doors can share a division as such. And you've got an inset hinge where the door sits within the carcass or the frame. For most people, it's going to be a full overlay, and that is what I'm going to be using today. I'm going to show you how I fit them, a really easy method to install these hinges. Don't be afraid, they're really easy. Once you know how to do them, once you know what tools you need, they're very simple. So I'm going to go through all of the measurements that you're going to need and show you a handy jig, show you the hinges that I'm actually using, and all the tools. First, I'm going to demo doing the actual job myself and hanging the door. Well, not really a door, but two offcuts, which I'm going to be using, and show you how simple they really are. So if that floats your boat, you want to find out more, let's stay tuned, watch to the end, and I hope you enjoy. So quickly going over the three types. This is the type that we're going to be using. Sorry, these are old demo doors, a little bit dirty. But as you can see, the door is fully overlaying the side or the carcass. We move over, this door is an inset, so it's sitting within the carcass when it closes. So it's sitting within the frame. We move over, if I zoom up the top, you can see there's one division there. Both doors are sharing one division of the carcass, and this comes in very handy when you're doing media units and smaller cabinets, so on, maybe a wardrobe here and there. But today I'm going to be describing the full overlay, the most commonly used hinge, where it just sits over that carcass. Most of you are going to need this. What I'm using today are the GTV hinges. Really happy with GTV. Quality gear that they supply. Going to be showing you a few videos later, and they've got the slow close pistons at the back, and they've got a clip-on plates. They come with the Euro screws. We're not actually going to be using those. We're going to be pre-drilling for some normal wood screws, 4x20s. Be going over those in a bit. And they come with a plate to cover the top of the hinge and a little cover to cover all the grub screws, etc. So tools that we're going to need are a drill, obviously. You could just have a cordless and do the whole job, drilling out your hinges and drilling out the holes with a cordless. I'm using a power drill to drill out the main bulk of the holes, the 35mm hole that we're going to need, the blind hole. And we've got a 2mm drill bit, and we've got a square, we've got a Phillips bit, we've got some 420 screws just in case your hinges don't come with screws. These GTV hinges do, so don't necessarily need them. Pencil, and on this occasion we've got a hinge jig by Vico. This is a really fast and easy way of drilling out your hinges and to get them fixed really quick and easy with no marking out really whatsoever apart from the height of your door. Fantastic little tool and does speed you up. So if you like my content and you find it helpful, we're at 33,000 subscribers now, so thanks everyone, appreciate all your support. If you fancy subscribing, just hit that button, really easy. Hit the bell notification so you get all my latest videos also. Here we have the frame, and here we have the door. So the door is sitting over the frame like so. It's a full overlay door as such, but this little one is going to be the door that's going to be opening like so. So we're going to be hinging this one, and the mounting plates for the hinge are going to be fixed to this part of the frame. So all we need to do is lay them down. With my hinges, generally come up 100mm from the bottom of the door. So make sure they're both in line, and 100mm down from the top of the door. Once you've got that line, just make sure you square that across on both your pieces. 2 lines across the whole piece, 100 up and 100 down. So let's go ahead and put the top of the hinge into the door. And as you can see at the back, it's got the round part of the hinge that needs to be sunk into the door like so. It's got to be flush with the underside of this plate like so. And it's around 14mm, give or take, 14 or 15. When you do pre-drill, just make sure that you don't drill that drill bit all the way through, or the point. Make sure you set up your stopper. So these are the type of hinges that you're going to need. It's a 35mm hinge cutter. With this being 35, if we half that, it's around 17.5. We're going to be rounding it up to 18. From the edge of the cutter to the halfway point is 18mm. So we also need to know how far away from the door that we need to drill this hole. So we're not going to be drilling this hole right up against the edge of the door. We need to leave a 4mm gap with these hinges. Okay, so if we've got a 4mm spacing and then we've got 18mm to the center, we've got 22mm to the start. We've already got our line coming down, so all we need to do is create a crosshair by coming down 22mm on both lines. So if you haven't got a jig that's set up every single time you clip it on, all you need to do is come down 22mm, and that is the center of your hole to drill. I've got a jig that clamps on. It's from Vico, and it's got these little stoppers on the back, and it's set up to the 4mm holes. We've got different increments to give us different gaps from the edge of our door. I'm going for the 4mm, okay, and it clips on simply with this little toggle clamp. As you can see, we've got an arrow there. That's the edge of the door, and we've got our lines. All we need to simply do is slide that door in, then line up the points. There's a little point on the inside of these jigs, and line that up to your 100mm line and clamp it on. Okay, so we've got our jig clamped on. It's the center of this, where the little tabs are, is hitting our 100mm line, and it's already set up with our stoppers at the back to give us the correct depth. So when we're drilling out this hole, it's going to give us a 4mm gap. So I've got my offcut or my fake door clamped to the bench using a couple of clamps. Got the jig clamped on in the right position to the 100mm mark. I've got my stoppers set to 4mm to give me the 4mm gap between the hole when we drill it to the edge of the door. And I've already got the other part of the template jig in this drill. As you can see here, it's got a little collar, and you can just adjust the collar to wherever you need it. So when you push that drill down, it stops at the correct point. It's flush for the underside or the flat part of this hinge. Okay, remember this is a 35mm hinge cutter. Probably not the sharpest, but yeah, it will do the job. So you simply place that in. It should fit in nice and snug. It's really easy to get in and out, and then you just simply just go for it. That is the hole drilled. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and then we'll work on the frame. Two done. Let's go ahead and work on the frame. So now with the cup drilled out, if I just place that in, that is how it's going to be, and that will just hinge up like so. And what we now need to do is figure out where these two fixing points need to be. We've already got the 100mm mark down. We need to figure out how far from the edge we need to drill these holes and how far apart from this line that we need to drill them. Center to center is 32, so we need to come 16 and 16, and from the edge of the door upwards it's 37. So if I grab my little square, I'm going to pick the 37mm hole. I'm just going to mark that across like that, and then one on the other side, 37. And now we just need to go 16 and 16. You can just do it by eye if you like, or you can figure out another way of doing it. It's just 16 and 16, total 32. And the same on this one, 16 and 16, 32 in total. One thing I forgot to tell you in the list of tools is get yourself an awl. We used to call them a bradawl, but it's actually an awl. And just make yourself a little point on the crosshair just to help you pre-drill with a 2mm drill bit. So we're going to be using 20mm screws. You can use screws from the pack. I generally always just use my own. So now we have got these cups drilled out for, we can simply place our two hinges in like so, and we can just simply get a straight edge like so. What that does is square up the two hinges. And once you've done that, you can just find the center and pre-drill for your hinge, for your fixings. So now we have the frame drilled out, and the door drilled out, you can simply get those hinges in place. Line these holes up with the holes on our frame side and fix those with the same screws. And that is fixed into place now, all done. So that is all done. If we just let the soft close do its thing, it just pulls itself to and gives you exactly the right gap. Just gives you a nice little gap in between the door and the frame. Allows you to open that door nicely every single time, like so. And that is it. Really, really simple and easy to fit these concealed hinges. One thing I did want to mention is that before I fitted these hinges, I did center this rear screw, and I also wound back this screw so they were both exactly the same. Then what you can then do is close the door and check your gaps and to see if they need any adjustment. If you want to see how to adjust hinges, we do have another video, and I think it's in the same video as this one where I'm just showing you all the 3 different types of hinges. But I think that is it. Very, very simple, really simple tools that you need. That hinge jig does a fantastic job. I did have one little problem with it. For some reason, I did try this while I was recording to use these sets of holes. We have used these in the past with GTV hinges all the time. But for some reason, when I went to do this sample and I was doing a video for you, they didn't quite line up. Otherwise, I would have showed you this part. This is for fixing the cup to the door and giving you these holes here. And yeah, this just simply drops into the jig like so. And then you can just put a 2mm drill bit through whatever holes you need. If you are thinking of pre-drilling these holes first, before you drill out the cup, it's 22mm either side of your 100mm mark, 22 and 22, and 31mm up from the edge of the door to the start of your holes. So I would advise doing that first. If you have got that 100mm line in there first, mark out those holes, drill it out with a 2mm drill bit first, and then drill your cups out after. Otherwise that line goes when you come to marking it out afterwards. But you just saw the way I did it. I did it with a straight edge. Been doing that for a long, long time. Before I bought this jig. When we did buy the jig, we've been using this all the time. Again, it was just on this video that it just baffled me. I did pre-drill and I went to film it. I went to show you and it didn't line up. Don't know why just now. I'll have to figure that one out. But other than that, it's really, really simple to fit these hinges and give it a go yourself. If you have liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment. And yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Other than that, guys, take it easy. Have a great rest of the day. Ciao for now.